I'm speaking now to Ann Wright, former colonel and a U.S. diplomat, and for the last 10 years in protest against U.S. policy. Ann, why did you come today to the protest around Yemen?
Well, I'm here at this protest in front of the United Nations because I'm very concerned about the brutality of the military operations that are going on in Yemen, that the Saudis and U.S. That have killed so many people, 5,000 Yemenis in the last 2 years, in a very brutal campaign that not only is destroying people's lives, but destroying some of the unique parts of the Yemen culture. The Saudis, this is the first time really that they've had massive military operations that have come to the world's notice, and they're really smashing Yemen to bits, and I'm totally opposed to that. And so I'm here standing with people of Yemen saying that these horrific military operations must end.
It is quite a coalition. It even includes Sudan, and Sudan, the head of Sudan can't even travel much because he's wanted for war crimes including genocide, and the U.S. and the Saudis are together with him.
Well, indeed. I mean, it's a collection of countries whose leadership is very brutal toward its own people, and they're showing that brutality toward the people of Yemen in massive military operations that are destroying so much of the infrastructure of really the poorest country in all of the continents. So to see what's happening to Yemen, and I was in Yemen 2.5 years ago and met with lots of people. We were there on a Code Pink Women for Peace mission to talk with families of victims of U.S. assassin drone strikes, and we got to meet a lot of people. I went down to the Gulf port of Aden also and met families of victims of drone strikes in that area, and to meet the very generous Yemeni people who just want peace. They don't want foreign military intervention in their country, and to see what has happened because of that type of international military brutality toward Yemen is heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's kind of breathtaking, the changes in U.S. policy towards Yemen. Just when you were there, it was all drones against Al-Qaeda, and then the U.S. ran from Yemen, left $500 million of military equipment, is ignoring Al-Qaeda and is now supporting this attack. And what is Al-Qaeda doing now in Yemen? What do you hear about that?
Well, Al-Qaeda is still there for sure, but I want to mention one of the things that was happening while we were in Yemen was the transitional council, where members of all sects, all parts of the country, to include the Houthis from the north, all sects were coming together in Sana'a, the capital, for what everyone was hoping was going to be a national reconciliation and a plan for moving the country into a type of government that would represent everyone. And then to see that whole process go under and then horrific wars start over it is just astoundingly tragic.
And they had a dictator, Saleh, and then a revolution or an attempt at it, and then what is it, the U.S. and Saudis just put in this Hadi guy?
And Hadi coming in, the former vice president, who was then said to be a moderate, would kind of lead a country forward, but indeed he didn't. And the devolution of all of the attempts at having all the people of the country come together to plan what they wanted for their country has just been torpedoed, has been blown up by these military attacks.
Well, thank you for speaking, and eager to hear what you're going to say to the crowd later on.
Thank you. Thanks.